Recently, my wife planted another vegetable garden in our backyard. Honestly, I don't even know all that she's planted back here. Multiple vegetable gardens, different trees, different bushes, all kinds of fruits and veggies. And I'm not really a gardener. I don't know how it all works, but I've been looking at our new vegetable garden, and it's been a few weeks and there's still no sprouts. There's no sign of life, and I'm starting to get a little impatient. I think it was last week that I realized that there's some correlations between our new vegetable garden and my spiritual life. That so many times I go before God and I think that if I do this or if I do that, I'm going to feel His presence instantly. That I'm going to build up the church and make disciples. I'm going to live in constant consolation. And yet so many times I find myself praying my prayers, doing good works, visiting the sacraments, and yet I still find myself asking, where's all the fruit? In this week's gospel, Jesus shares this story of this really laid-back farmer. Jesus says that he simply scatters his seeds, and then he goes about his life. In fact, Jesus notes that this guy doesn't even really know how farming works. He doesn't know how crops really grow, and yet, sure enough, his crops come to harvest. I think I need to learn from the farmer in this parable, because it seems that he's confident about something that I often forget. That even though we may not see things at first, something's happening beneath the surface. And that with our God, when we can't see Him or feel Him, it doesn't mean that He's abandoned us. No, our God is effective. He is active. He is not distant or uninterested. He is present. He is for us from now until the end of time. We see this most clearly in the person of Jesus Christ, in His life, death, and resurrection, in His grace, in His mercy, and in His love that is available to us each and every day, and that goes beyond the feeling or beyond anything that we can see. My hope for us this week is that we can reflect on this parable, and specifically this farmer, and ask ourselves these two questions. One, what may God be doing underneath the surface in our lives? And two, where in our lives do we need God to bear fruit? These might be tough questions to answer as we don't always know what God is doing, but we can be confident that our God is working. And my hope is that if we plant the seeds of faith deep in our heart, that we can be confident that our God will bear fruit in His perfect timing. So let us bring God deeper into our lives this week and be confident in who our God is. May God bless you.